In this video, I'm going to go through one of the most in-demand jump rope tricks out there, the mick release. I'll be covering each component part of the mick release, including the rotation, the release, the catch, and the jump. I will also include different drills you can use at home to practice, as well as slow-mo so you can review these as and when you need them. One last note on rope type, I recommend learning this skill with a short-handled beaded rope, as the beaded rope holds its shape through the air really well, gives you good feedback, and the short handles also move through the air better than long handles in my opinion. However, after you've learned it with this rope, you can then move on to other rope types, including long handles and PVC, which I will touch on also later in the video. The first thing to learn when learning the mick release is the rotation. In order to understand how the rope feels as it moves in the air, try this horizontal rotation drill. Simply place one handle on the ground, rotate the rope horizontally, and ensure there's only one arc in the rotation, as you can see here. Note that if you're right-handed, you're going to be rotating your right hand clockwise. If you're left-handed, you're going to be rotating your left hand anti-clockwise. Finally, once you're comfortable with the horizontal movement, with that one arc in the rope, try moving the rope more vertically, parallel to your body. This will mimic how the mick release will feel and how it will be when you actually do it in practice. This rotation drill can be performed stationary, but I would add some bounce to it when you're comfortable. This is going to be more representative of how the release will feel during your jump rope sessions. So how do we actually release the rope and get into the release itself? There are two methods of doing this, the first being the wrist pop method and the second being the tissue box method. I recommend learning both of these as it will help become more versatile in your jump rope freestyle. Firstly, looking at the wrist pop method, I found it incredibly useful to use the double side swing entry when I first learnt this. This gives the rope some good momentum as you move into the release, and also gives you a good feel of how the rope feels as it moves onto the wrist. When the handle meets the wrist, push the rope upwards slightly to get the rope airborne into the release. Then you need to maintain the rotation of the rope as per the drill we learned in the first video, and then bring your rotating hand back to your side. Don't worry about catching the rope just yet, just bringing your hand back to your side is enough at this stage to get the rope in a position to be able to catch and to jump through it, as you can see here. After you've spent some time practicing the wrist pop method with the double side swing entry, we now need to remove the double side swing and enter straight into the wrist pop mick release, as you can see here. This is more how you perform the mick release in practice, so it's important to be able to do the wrist pop method like this. The double side swing entry method was simply a way that I found useful to drill this in the first instance to move on to this step. As in the previous video, don't worry about the catch for now. Simply focus on releasing the rope, rotating it, and then bringing your rotating hand to your side in order to open up the rope to be able to jump through it. The tissue box method doesn't use the wrist at all, rather you flick your hand upwards, like pulling a tissue out of a box. As before, practice the release without the catch first, and get used to simply releasing the rope, rotating, and then bringing your hand back towards your side, to put the rope in a position to be able to jump through it. Once you're at a stage where you're comfortable with the release and the rotation, we now need to move on to the catch. In order to practice the catch, we use the toe catch method. This allows us to know if the rope is in the right position as we catch it. A clean toe catch under 2 feet means the rope is in the right position to jump through. I would aim to be able to do the toe catch with both the wrist pop method and the tissue box method. One useful tip here, when people do mick releases, I notice that a lot of people throw the rope quite far to the side. This means that the rope will come back at them at a sharp angle, making it harder to toe catch or to jump through. In my opinion, it's far better to release in front of you or forwards. This keeps the rope quite close to the side, but also keeps the rope efficiency as well as the rhythm of your jumping, making it easier to jump through. Another useful tip here is to take note of what the releasing hand does whilst the rope is rotating. It is important to keep this hand by your side to be in a position ready to catch the handle. With this hand ready by your side, if you perform the release and rotation correctly, the handle should just come towards it, and you shouldn't need to go out and grab the rope. Keeping your hands by your side as much as possible means you're already in the pocket position, which, as you know, is the optimal positioning for jumping rope. Once you are comfortable with the toe catch, you're now ready to add the jump and also continuous bounces throughout the release. You can practice the jump from the stationary position at the start and then build up to performing the release with basic bounce throughout the whole process. Here are some pointers on the timing of the jump. Your feet are going to be on the ground when the arc of the rope is at the top, and you're going to be airborne when the arc of the rope is at the bottom, as you can see here. These are all my tips on the mick release, and I really hope it helps you to learn this skill. I also have a few bonus videos, one showing slow-mos from different angles, and another showing wrist on handle positioning considerations between long and short handles for the wrist pop method. When doing the wrist pop release with short handles, your wrist needs to contact the bottom of the handles, near where the rope goes into the handles, as you can see here. If you contact the handle too close to the top of the handle, the rope is literally just going to hit the ground. If you do it too close to the cord, it is likely to wrap around your wrists, so you need to make sure your wrist meets the handle in the right place. With long handles, it's a bit different. You need to make sure your wrist contacts the center of the long handle. Again, if you do it too close to the top of the handle, the rope is just going to hit the ground, and if you do it too close to the cord, it's going to wrap around your wrist. So it is important to be aware of this when doing the wrist pop method, and to take note of the handle types you are using and where your wrist needs to be.